After Treasurer Jim Chalmers handed down his first federal budget just 7 months ago, tonight the government delivered their 2023 federal budget right on time, and not a moment too soon for many of us who are feeling the pinch of cost of living increases and rising interest rates. My name is Jenica Mills. I'm a superannuation and finance specialist, and over the next few minutes I'll take you through some of the key announcements from tonight's federal budget and what they could mean for you and your finances. But just a quick reminder before we get started that the announcements are just proposals at this stage, and some formal processes will generally need to be completed before these measures become law. It might also be a good idea to speak with your financial advisor to understand exactly how these changes could apply to you. The government has targeted their cost of living support tonight through tax and social security measures, additional support for certain home buyers, energy bill rebates and Medicare measures. Up to $500 in energy bill rebates will be provided to those eligible for certain government payments and concessions, such as pension payments, the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card and family tax benefit, and similar payments of up to $650 will be available for small businesses. On top of this, low interest loans will be provided to households to help improve the energy efficiency of homes, for example by installing solar panels or double glazing. Incentives will also be targeted to GPs to boost the rate of bulk billing, and changes to the pharmaceutical benefit scheme will mean cheaper medicines for many. No change in the budget to the legislated Stage 3 tax cuts scheduled to commence on the 1st of July 2024, and nothing too significant to report in relation to personal taxation. However, among the tax measures that were announced tonight, some relief for small business owners with an upfront tax deduction of up to $20,000 on offer next financial year for the purchase of certain energy efficient appliances and other items that will help to reduce electricity bills. Now, there's also an increase to the instant asset write-off threshold of $20,000 next financial year. Not too many surprises tonight relating to superannuation, with the government reaffirming their commitment to a couple of previously announced super measures. Now, the first is what's being referred to as payday super, which in a nutshell means that your employer will need to make their employer super contributions to your super fund at the same time that your regular pay hits your bank account. This one will make it much easier to track and manage your super contributions, as you'll be generally able to see on your pay slip the total contributions that your employer's made to your super fund for each pay cycle, and you should then be able to see the associated transaction in your super account not long after. Now, this one is proposed to start from the 1st of July 2026, so if you're tuning in and you happen to run a business and you have employees who you make contributions for, there will be a bit of time to adjust your systems and processes to align with the new requirements. Now, the other super measure relates to the announcement made back in March around changes to the taxation of earnings within your super fund if you have a balance of more than $3 million. The government did consult with the industry on this one recently, however, no new information was released tonight. So does all this mean that super isn't a worthwhile retirement investment anymore? Well, the short answer to that question is no. There are still many potential benefits to investing in super, even if you do have a balance of above $3 million. This one is quite complex, so if you do fall into this category or you think you will in the future, I strongly recommend you get in touch with your financial advisor to discuss your own situation and to work through the best retirement strategy for you. There were a number of announcements tonight for social security recipients as part of the cost of living support package. Now, these measures are all proposed to commence from the 20th of September this year. So first up, we have a boost to working age and student payments, such as job seeker, youth allowance, parenting payment and Austudy, with a fortnightly increase of $40. There will also be an additional rate increase for those aged 55 and over receiving job seeker. For those of you who may be renting, the maximum rate of rent assistance will also be increased by 15%. And finally, single parents are also set to benefit, with parenting payment support to be extended through to when your youngest child turns 14, rather than cutting out at age 8, which in effect means you may be able to have access to the higher rate of parenting payment instead of having to transition to the lower rate of job seeker. The growth in property prices may have started to slow a little, but getting a foot in the property market can be tough. And with the cost of living pressures, including interest rates now increased 11 times in the last 12 months, buying a home is a really difficult goal for many to achieve. One of the measures announced tonight relates to changes to the existing first home and family home guarantee schemes. Now, these programs have been in place for a few years now and provide successful applicants with a government guarantee of up to 98% of the purchase price to help you secure lending and to also avoid the expense of lenders' mortgage insurance. This change tonight will tweak the eligibility rules, which is a big win for people who may be looking to purchase a home jointly with friends, siblings and other family members, all of which will now be accepted under the First Home Guarantee Scheme from the 1st of July 2023. Also winners tonight, people who have owned property in the past but are struggling to get back on that property merry-go-round. The Family Home Guarantee, which currently allows eligible single parents who have owned property in the past to obtain a government loan guarantee, will now be extended to other principal carers, such as aunts, uncles and even grandparents. And also the First Home Guarantee will be extended beyond those who haven't ever owned property in Australia before, which is the current eligibility requirement, and this is in recognition of how difficult it currently is for many to re-enter the property market. So under these changes, you may be eligible to apply for the scheme provided you haven't owned property in Australia for the last 10 years. Jump onto nhfic.gov.au for instructions on how to apply for these schemes via any one of the 37 approved lenders and to read more about the other eligibility criteria, which includes income limits and property price caps. Now, before I let you go tonight, I wanted to acknowledge that this is a really difficult time financially for many people. I wanted to take a moment to remind you that you're never alone and there's always someone who can help. Remember, today's problems won't always be tomorrow's problems. Whether it's having a chat to friends and family or even colleagues, or through more formal avenues for support, guidance and advice, such as financial counselling, speaking to a financial advisor or other professional, please know that there's someone out there willing to listen and who can support you through these tough times. Alternatively, if you don't have a financial advisor and you're not sure where to turn first for this more formal support, you could start by contacting the National Debt Helpline, who offer a range of online and phone-based services, Services Australia to check what benefits or payments you may be entitled to, or if you are interested in speaking with a financial advisor, you could start by phoning your superannuation fund or bank, or by jumping onto the Money Smart website where you can search for a financial advisor in your area. And one final reminder that most of the announcements we've just talked about will need to go through some formal steps to become law, and the commencement date for some of these measures may depend on the timing of this formal process. But in the meantime, you can find out more information about these announcements by visiting budget.gov.au, and to find out how you could benefit, speak to your financial advisor.